Hi, this is the part 1 of 2-part series on Biztalk plus Logic app are better together. I wish to reach out to the existing Biztalk developers and exhibit how to connect their existing on-premises Biztalk solution with the Logic app hosted in the cloud, and this is in order to achieve a perfect modern day integration solution. And in fact, if you look at the road ahead from Microsoft integration strategy point of view also, it's all centric around Biztalk and Logic app at the core. So I'm an MVP in this space called cloud, and in the recent past I have worked with various startups and I have realized how quick, easy and fast is to develop a solution and also to move to the production environment within seconds. It's really convenient. At the same time, probably I understand that there are a lot of companies who have invested huge money and time in developing an on-premises enterprise infrastructure, and now probably it's a time for them to leverage on their investment and take their existing investment or probably the existing on-premises solution to a new level, to a next level of modernization by thinking about something called hybrid solution, And what probably I'm talking about is achieving a perfect balance act with the help of hybrid solution. So you're going to have processing and logic, everything, the data on premises. At the same time, you're going to use the benefits of the cloud also. So let me take you through a use case for the better understanding of how the connect will look like or will result into. So currently you may have, or maybe you are having it, various line of business applications like SAP or other enterprise resource softwares like PeopleSoft. They are all integrated with the help of Biztalk, which is a EAI and a BPA tool, and that's all on your premises at this moment of time. And then we'll see how you can seamlessly connect to the Azure services and SaaS connector from your Biztalk. So that's going to happen obviously with the help of Logic apps which are there on the cloud. So we need a connector which is here pointing in the form of green arrow. This you have to get it by applying on connect.microsoft.com. That's mentioned on step number 2, that you have to install a Logic app adapter, and that too on a Biztalk server 2016 CTP2. And I have given a link also where you can put forward a request, and the moment you get an access, you download those files and then install it on your laptop or a machine which is on premises. So now in this part 1 I wish to demonstrate that how one can connect from Biztalk to the Logic app, and obviously the part 2 is going to be reversed. From Logic app will be communicating back to the Biztalk. So in order to do the part 1, I would be following the step 1, step 2 and step 3 which are mentioned here on the slide. So let's get started with the step 1, where I have to create a Logic app on the cloud. So this is the portal I logged in, and for the information's sake I just want to show you that there is a virtual machine available, which I have used it as an on-premise Biztalk server. So that's here, Biztalk server 2016 community technology preview 2, which I configure it, and inside that I install Visual Studio 2015 Community Edition, and I have a virtual machine with that here already with me. So that's going to act as on-premise solution for me. And to create a logic app, that's step number 1. I have to go here, new, look for logic app, okay, or I have it pinned here, this logic app, and I'm going to create a new one, call it as logic app on cloud. So let me okay, so I've enabled the zoom control. So what I'm going to do is, meanwhile, I'll go to the site called jasonschema.net, and I have a JSON data, and I want to generate a schema that's going to be a request body for the JSON schema. So I have this ready, which I would be using it here. So when I go to blank option here, I'm going to select requests. So this is a very simple application I'm developing on the logic app here. Very simple, bare minimum. The whole idea is to demonstrate you the connect. Okay, so I'm going to pick this request body JSON schema and paste it here, save so that the URL is generated. And the next step, so this is where the things will get triggered when there is some invocation over this HTTP URL. Let's have response here. I can have email, I can have Twitter, I can connect to anything here. So just for the simplicity, I just want to go ahead with the response window. So the moment it gets triggered, the things are going to be displayed here in this window called response. So I think I'm done. All I have to do now is go and grab this URL and start an application called Postman. So this is an app where I can put a request in the form of a JSON data over this URL. So it's done. So that's the data, body raw JSON application. I'm going to paste it here. Perfect. Let it be 7,000 as total amount, and here we go. All I do is go and refresh this. This got succeeded. So through that Postman I was able to invoke this, trigger this, and I'm sure I would be having the should have gone here, run details, response. So I can see it here. Now what I wish to do here is that from my Biztalk I want to invoke this. So that's where I want to connect logic app with my Biztalk application. So I need to give a JSON data here. So this data needs to come from Biztalk. Okay, so let's try this now quickly. Let's move to Biztalk on-premises solution. So I'm going to create a new project on Biztalk called Biztalk to Logic App. Here we go. So as I need a input data in the form of JSON, so I'm going to have a JSON schema for this, and I'm going to have a dedicated pipeline also, which is going to take care of JSON data. Again, I'm emphasizing that this example is plain vanilla example. There's going to be no orchestration, no maps. It's going to be simple example, very simple example. So here we go. So that's JSON. Before I move forward, I have to create a sample file here. Let me copy this on a notepad. The schema is generated. I think it should work with copy paste, but I think last time I did it never worked, so I prefer typing over copy paste. But I'm not sure what I'm doing is correct, but I just want to play safe based on my past experience. What I'm trying to put it across is that definitely copy paste will work. Just want to make sure it's the same thing. Oops. Forgot about it. I think I'm ready to deploy it now. Once it's get deployed, we have to go to Biztalk server administrator window. Deploy started. I'm sure it's going to be succeeded also in, yes, it got succeeded. So we go here. So when I install that adapter, I'm going to have logic app somewhere here, so later on I'm going to use it also. So let's now move forward with the receive port. So I call it as RP location. Here I'm going to have a plain file adapter. I have to make sure that I select the JSON pipeline. Good. Now I go and set my send port. Here I'm going to select logic app and the pipeline send pipeline configuration, and the URL I needed here is this one. There's one more thing I forgot. I should go to this message header and need to key in the details that the data is going to go in the form of JSON. So it looks same, yeah, application JSON. Perfect. I think I'm done, and all I have to do is start the application, and we go to the in folder, sample file. I think we should change it, maybe we make it 15,000 as total amount, and we're going to drop it into the in folder. So what I expect that it will go from here and it will go to the, oh, there's one mistake. If I go to the send port, I have to subscribe to this. So whatever is dropped into the in folder and it is going through this request request port name as RP. Okay, so this is where I've subscribed the send port to. So whenever I'm going to drop something onto the in folder, it's going to be subscribed to the send port, and from send port we have an adapter called logic app, and which connects with me with the URL of the logic app application, which is going to trigger it. It's going to create an instance of the logic app, and hopefully it'll all work now. Let me go and drop into the in folder the sample.txt file, and what I expect is should be refresh. Yes, it's got succeeded. That's strange. Succeeded. Run details, and I should be able to see 15,000 out here. So this is so simple example, a basic example to demonstrate that how a Biztalk is able to communicate with your logic app seamlessly. The data move from logic app to the cloud environment via a hybrid connection, and from logic app you know that we have connection to various SaaS application, and once you have reached the cloud environment you can utilize any of these Azure services also. So with this, I just want to end here, and remember in part 2 we're going to have the other way around the communication, wherein from Logic app we'll be communicating with the Biztalk application. Thank you.